Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily for July 19th, read by Sarah M. from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, USA. AA Thoughts for the Day. Sanity. Few indeed are the practicing alcoholics who have any idea how irrational they are, or, seeing their irrationality, can bear to face it. Some will be willing to term themselves problem drinkers, but cannot endure the suggestions that they are in fact mentally ill. They are abetted in this blindness by a world which does not understand the difference between sane drinking and alcoholism. Sanity is defined as soundness of mind, yet no alcoholic, soberly analyzing his destructive behavior, whether the destruction fell on the dining room furniture or his own moral fiber, can claim soundness of mind for himself. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 32 to 33. Thought to consider. If you think you have a problem with alcohol, you probably do. AA acronyms, DO's, desperately using everything but sobriety. Just for today, consensus from The Three Legacies of Alcoholics Anonymous. At first they wanted the word God deleted from the book entirely. Henry had come to believe in some sort of universal power, but Jimmy still flabbergasted us by denouncing God at our meetings. Some members had been so angered that they wanted to throw him out of the group. But most of us thought it better to let him talk on, believing that eventually he would change his mind, which he later did. What Henry P., Jimmy B., and company wanted was a psychological book which would lure the alcoholic in. Once in, the prospect could take God or leave him alone as he wished. To the rest of us, this was a shocking proposal, but happily we listened and eventually learned something of great value. Actually, our group conscience was at work to construct the most acceptable and effective book possible. Every voice in it was playing its appointed part to create an outcome that was to be nothing less than providential. Alcoholics Anonymous Comes of Age, pages 162 to 163. Daily Reflections. False Pride. Many of us who had thought ourselves religious awoke to the limitations of this attitude. Refusing to place God first, we had deprived ourselves of His help. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 75. Many false notions operate in false pride. The need for direction to live a decent life is satisfied by the hope experienced in the AA fellowship. Those who have walked away for years, a day at a time, say that a God-centered life has limitless possibilities for personal growth. This being so, much hope is transmitted by the elder AAs. I thank my higher power for letting me know that He works through other people, and I thank Him for our trusted servants in the fellowship who aid new members to reject their false ideals and to adopt those which lead to a life of compassion and trust. The elders in AA challenge the newcomers to come to, so that they can come to believe. I ask my higher power to help my unbelief. As Bill Sees It. A source of strength. When World War II broke out, our AA dependence on a higher power had its first major test. AAs entered the services and were scattered all over the world. Would they be able to take discipline, stand up under fire, and endure the monotony and misery of war? Would the kind of dependence they had learned in AA carry them through? Well, it did. They had even fewer alcoholic lapses or emotional binges than AA's Safe at Home did. They were just as capable of endurance and valor as any other soldiers. Whether in Alaska or on the Salerno beachhead, their dependence upon a higher power worked. Far from being a weakness, this dependence was their chief source of strength. 12 and 12, pages 38 to 39. Big Book quote: most of us sense that real tolerance of other people's shortcomings and viewpoints and a respect for their opinions are attitudes which make us more useful to others. Alcoholics Anonymous, There is a Solution, page 19. 24 hours a day. AA thought for the day. Gossip about or criticism of personalities has no place in an AA clubroom. Every man in AA is a brother, and every woman is a sister, as long as he or she is a member of AA. We ought not to gossip about the relationships of any man or woman in the group. And if we say about another member, I think she or he is taking a few drinks on the side, it's the worst thing we could do to that person. If a woman or man is not living up to the AA principles or has a slip, it's up to her or him to stand up in a meeting and say so. If they don't do that, they are only hurting themselves. Do I talk about other members behind their backs? Meditation for the day. To God, a miracle of change in a person's life is only a natural happening, but it is a natural happening operated by spiritual forces. There's no miracle in personalities too marvelous to be an everyday happening. But miracles happen only to those who are fully guided and strengthened by God. Marvelous changes in people's natures happen so simply, and yet they are free from all other agencies by the grace of God. But these miracles have been prepared for by days and months of longing for something better. They are always accompanied by a real desire to conquer self and to surrender one's life to God. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may expect miracles in the lives of people. I pray that I may be used to help people change. Hazelden Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Center City, Minnesota, 55012. I'm Sarah, and I'm an alcoholic. Have a great day.
We hope you enjoyed today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified, all quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc., 1952, 1957, 1967, 1973, 1975, 1976, 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985, 1988, 1990, or 2001.